All right. So here we go again. And this ain't for Victoria this time. This is for Kingsville, Clayburgh County. I'm in a court case that's out of Clayburgh County, 105th District Court. And this is pertaining to my daughter because she was abducted from me. Her family, her mom's family, took her from me and would not let me have any contact with her. Her mother passed away, and I didn't even know this. No one called me, informed me, or nothing. So, I'm making this video to inform Kingsville and Clayburgh County that you're not dealing with an individual that is stupid. You're not dealing with an individual that doesn't know his rights. And you're not dealing with an individual that doesn't know how to get what he wants by using his rights. So, everything that is going on right now with this court case is unconstitutional because my court date has been changed twice and I haven't even been informed that it got changed the first time. And little do these people know, they think my daughter wants nothing to do with me. But there's a twist to all this. My daughter's been talking to me for the last month and a half. So, these people don't even realize that not only are they violating my constitutional rights, but my daughter has constitutional rights as well as every other 16 and 17-year-old in the state of Texas. It is a basic right. And it's the most basic right that everyone is afforded. And it's the First Amendment to freedom of speech. So, this video is to let you know that my daughter does not want to be with her aunt and her uncle. And I will not allow you to trample on my constitutional rights. Which, by the way, her aunt and her uncle have violated my 4th, my 5th, and my 14th Amendment. So, to say that I'm just going to let this slide and these people are going to do what they want to me because they think that I'm poor or I'm stupid or whatever the case is, you know. But that's just the tip of the iceberg of what I'm dealing with right now. And I know that there's cops in this city, in Victoria, Texas, that watch my channel. And I know that this is going to get on to Kingsville and Clayburgh County. And I don't care. Because one way or another, you're going to hear me. And whether it's I got to come and record your police stations or your sheriff stations, or I got to come and film your courthouses, and I got to kick up enough dust using my rights to where you stop and you actually listen to me. So, to move on, I want to give a thanks to Officer Greg Anderson out of Port Seattle, Washington Police Department. This is the man that made the Instagram video. And this is the man that finally let the truth be told about what's truly going on about the American people and how we are being treated. So people thought I was crazy and I didn't know what I was talking about and that I thought I was different than everybody else. Well, guess what? I am different than you because I chose to go and look and study and learn what my rights and my laws are. So that's what makes me different from others that just believe whatever the police tell them. I don't do that. And there's a reason why I don't do that. And it's not because I'm being rebellious or I'm a paper terrorist like they want to call me. It's because I have constitutional rights, and it's not just me. It's everybody that's in the United States has constitutional rights. The 14th Amendment clearly states that if you were born and naturalized here, you have all the immunities and privileges that come with it. So just because you don't like my skin color, or just because you don't like the tattoos that I have, or I'm not up to par with what you think I should be, none of that matters. Because at the end of the day, I still have my constitutional rights. And I know how to exercise my constitutional rights. And that's a big difference between knowing them and exercising them. You can know anything in this world, but if you never exercise it, it does you no good. And people thought I was insane for trying to educate people about this. And people thought I was lost, or I didn't understand what our constitutional rights were, or I didn't understand what the amendment said. The Fourth Amendment clearly states that you cannot search me or seize me without a warrant. A traffic stop is a seizure. They're seizing you from going on about your daily routine. Whatever it may be, you owe them no explanation for what it is or what you're doing. So when you people open your eyes, man, and read what these constitutional amendments really say, then there will be an uprising, because then the American people will know that we have been cheated for years on end. We have been taught to obey the law. We have been taught to do what we're told. And like so many other activists that have died, they didn't stop because someone told them that they were crazy. They didn't stop because someone told them that they didn't know what they were talking about. They didn't stop because it was the easy thing to do. They kept going, jeopardized their life and their careers, just like Greg Anderson. This man literally jeopardized his career to be honest about what the oath is that they truly take. And that oath is to uphold our constitutional rights. And this man has a family. And this man has everyday struggles and worries like we do. And for him to put that to the side and to be honest and to be upfront and to truly be a hero, and not just a war hero, but to truly be a hero and stand up for what's right. So truly, there are no words that I can express to this man the gratitude that I have for what he has done single-handedly. Because for the foot soldiers like myself and the buddies that I have that understand the same knowledge that I have and that understand how to exercise their constitutional amendments and their rights like we have, this ain't been easy for us, and the harassment that we faced and the harassment that we continue to face is not going to stop us from what we know is right. And I can't speak for everybody, but I know one thing. I know that there's me and one other person in this town that I'm in, and I'm not going to expose his name, because if he wants it out there, he'll put it out there. But when he sees this video, this individual will know exactly who I'm talking about, because he's the one that got me started on this path. He sparked it, and I ignited the flame. And my hunger to learn more, to know more, to be truly informed what my rights are. And I'm not going to stop because somebody tells me I'm wrong. I'm not going to stop because somebody tells me that I don't know what I'm talking about or I'm crazy or that's your opinion of me. But at the end of the day, like I said, Greg Anderson, Port, Seattle, Washington Police Department, thank you. Thank you. Because whether you have on a badge or not, brother, you just stood up for the same fight that I've been fighting. And what you've done is so honorable, it's so respectable that there's no words for it. And God, you are one of his true soldiers. Because you've been through hell and back. And I appreciate you going through hell and back for my freedoms and my constitutional rights. Thank you for protecting that. So, to everybody that thinks it's just outlandish and it's outrageous that we the people have no rights and that our government tells us what to do, no, the government doesn't tell us what to do. The government must go by the federal law, and the federal law is what you call the supreme law of the land, and that's the United States Constitution. No ifs, ands, or buts. So these lawmakers and their patriotic acts and all these bills that they want to put into effect are what you call unconstitutional rights. So which automatically makes them null and void of law. That means you do not have to abide by them, and that means they do not carry any merit when it comes into a courtroom. Now, the difference is that these courtrooms and these officials are so corrupt that they will not allow the truth to come out. And they want everybody to believe that Texas state law is our law. And I'm sorry to tell you that Texas state law is not our law. It is not the supreme law of the land. And Judge Marshall said it plain and clearly that not even the U.S. Supreme Court is over the Constitution. So for all of y'all that can't understand, the U.S. Supreme Court can hear any case no matter where it's at, as long as it has to do with constitutional rights being violated. So it doesn't matter what city, it doesn't matter what state you're in, and it will not cost you any money. Because when your constitutional rights are violated, and you can prove that they were violated, you don't have to pay for that. And the Supreme Court will pass justice. And the Supreme Court will make whatever state you're in uphold the Constitution. And anything that goes against the Constitution is null and void of law. Point blank. So, people say that we're terrorists. So, if I'm a terrorist, then what does that make the police? The fucking Gestapo? Hitler's army? You don't have the right to ask me to show you no fucking papers. You don't have no right to ask me for nothing. If I ain't committed a crime, you don't have the right to speak to me. And that's law. And in the state of Texas, there is no law that says you have to answer any questions that a police officer asks you if you're not in the commission of committing a crime. And if there's been no crime committed, then guess what? They have no right to ask you nothing. They're going to swear up and down all day, every day that they do. But that is just a scare tactic. What they use is intimidation. And this is one of the things that they take an oath to stop intimidation, discrimination. This is in their code of ethics. So you're enforcing something that you're supposed to be protecting me from. So that means you're not upholding the code of ethics that you took, and you're not upholding the oath that you took to the Constitution. But like Mr. Greg Anderson says, this is going to spark a bonfire that you're not going to be able to put out. And it's going to burn. It's going to burn. Because I know that me and my buddy in this town are not the only ones fighting this fight. There's people in other states. There's people in other towns, other cities that are fighting the same exact fight that I'm fighting right now. And kudos to anybody that stands up for their rights. They're your rights, use them. They can't tell you not to. So, regardless of what anybody should tell you, any human being on this earth that has a brain, if you think this is all nonsense, then type in the U.S. Constitution and read Amendments 1 through 14. And if you can't understand your rights and the laws of this great nation that they say we live in, then that's not my fault. So I will continue to educate people. Anyone that wants to know, I will continue to educate anyone that wants to know what their rights are. And a little message to Kingsville and Clayburgh County. You're not taking my daughter away from me again. And whether you know it or not, I got the court date and the time. And I know it's going to be by video conference. So I will be in your city. And I don't care how long I have to conduct my First Amendment audit. You're going to listen to me. No ifs, ands, or buts. Greg Anderson, you're a hero, man. Thank you very much. And to the people that follow me on here, man, thank you. And to the people that know me and understand this just as well as me, I know that they're not going to lay down and give up the fight. So, it's coming. It can't be stopped now. And if you don't believe that Greg Anderson is a real cop, then you can do exactly what I did and call the Port Seattle, Washington Police Department and listen to the automated voicemail that they have about Greg Anderson being on leave right now, pending an investigation due to the email, or they say the email that he left on Instagram, but really it was a video message. So, for all of y'all that think this is nonsense, his name is Greg Anderson, Port Seattle, Washington Police Department. Call yourself. Find out. And find out that this man ain't told no lies, and this man is finally, we have somebody with a badge on that had the guts enough to tell the truth instead of being another. I don't want to curse, man, or call nobody no names, but he had the balls enough not to be a follower. And this is what God says, make your own footprint in the sand. And this man put his footprint in something that will forever be recognized. So thank you for your service and your honesty, Greg Anderson. Y'all people have a good day and God bless you.